Tommy Aspinall is the greatest. Okay, wait, I'm exaggerating, but he is currently the best heavyweight in the UFC. Heck, you could even make the argument that he is the best heavyweight combat athlete in the world. Forget John Jones. You remember when John Jones was busy saying that he has analyzed the fight between Curtis Blades and Tom Aspinall, and he's an elite analyzer, and that's where he gets his money from. And from that 10-second or 11-second clip, he was able to see that Tom Aspinall was about to get beaten up by Curtis Blade. How dumb and ridiculous does John Jones look right now? You just have to ask yourself, Jones, you are the elite analyst of 10-second videos. So tell us, how then is Tom Aspinall washing the dude that you expected to finish him, the dude you expected to make easy work of Tom Aspinall? On top of that, you could tell that Jones wanted Aspinall to lose so that he could hop on Twitter and say, yeah, all you British fans, all you so-called Tom Aspinall fans who expect me to fight him, you always bring up contenders thinking they're the next guy to beat me. Always the new guy on the block is the guy to beat John Jones. Where are you guys now? Your guy got knocked out. But because Tom Aspinall flatlined, okay, you could argue it wasn't really flatlined. You could also make the argument maybe there was an early stoppage, but still, Tom Aspinall rolled through Curtis Blades. And because of that, we have not yet heard anything from Jones. Jones has not been on Twitter. And you can't even make the argument that, hang on, it was in UK prime time, so therefore it's around, I don't know, midnight in USA and Jones is probably asleep. No, Dana White specifically made it so that the USA fans are catered to. In the UK, by the way, a UK card headlined by a UK champion, in fact, 2 UK champions, is being catered to so that the USA fans get to enjoy the pay-per-view, not the European fans. I do not understand the logic behind that. And you could even tell in the arena, the fans were tired. There were moments where it was just absolutely crickets. The fight between is it Rodriguez and Duncan, like there were times the fans were like, okay, when is this ending? We don't know none of these dudes, let them get out of here. No one even rooted for Duncan, and he's British. Like, that's how tired the fans were, and you can't blame them. Why is a fight headlined by UK champions happening in UK being catered to for the American fans? But I digress. The point is, John Jones was fully awake and fully aware that Aspinall was fighting at that time, and he did not tweet because he has nothing to say right now. In fact, Daddy Dana White himself too has nothing to say because he's been going around saying, listen, Jones is the baddest man in the world. You lock Jones in a cage with anyone in the planet and he will destroy that person. He will obliterate that person. Well, Dana, I dare you to lock Jones in a cage with Tom Aspinall. I bet you Jones is not walking out of that cage alive against Tom Aspinall. Okay, he is walking out alive, but he is not walking out conscious against Tom Aspinall. In fact, he's not even walking out the victor. Well, of course, if he doesn't walk out conscious, then he's not the victor. I dare you, Dana White, to put your baby boy John Jones in the cage. You don't have to lock them in a room. Just put them in a cage. Put your boy John Jones in a cage with Tom Aspinall. Dana White is not doing that. In fact, Dana White has suddenly reduced his tone about this. Oh, John Jones is the most lethal fighter in the world. Now he's like, listen, Jones is the greatest of all time. You know how I feel about him. Let him fight Stipe Miocic. And I'm sure if Jones, because he has that competitive itch and he doesn't like the fact that the fans are saying he's afraid of Tom Aspinall, he won't retire. He will take the fight again against Aspinall. And if he does retire, well, I guess Aspinall is now the undisputed champion. Bonkers. Either way, I say all this to say I am glad that Tom Aspinall proved that he is the legitimate champion in the heavyweight division. He is that dude. Also, the interviewers or the journalists who have privy to Dana White always piss me off because not a single one of them asked Dana White, does this interim champion now counts as a defense for Tom Aspinall? Do they add a ruby for him, or is it just like, okay, you won, you get to keep your little interim champion? How does the logistic work? Does he also get a ruby? Is he now like a champion who has defended his belt, or is it like, okay, you get to hold on to the interim champion just a bit longer? What is the logistics behind this? It makes absolutely no sense. It's clear as day that I explained in the previous video that Dana White is absolutely obsessed with proving that John Jones is the GOAT because therefore you can drive ticket sales and etc, etc. But Jones, if you step in the octagon against Tom Aspinall, you will have my full respect. Not that you need it, not that you care for it, because myself and every logical MMA fan who is not up your asshole knows that you will never step into the octagon against Tom Aspinall. Kudos to Tom Aspinall. He is the current defending heavyweight champion. We do not recognize anyone else.